Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Katerina, or Kat if you're new here, and this is my channel of everything cozy, bookish, and lifestyle related. And in today's video, we are going to have a TBR jar, choose what I read for the month of November. I have seen this idea circulating around YouTube for quite some time, and I thought that that was a really great idea. Now here's the thing, I am a massive mood reader, and that means that adhering to a TBR is very difficult. So we're not gonna pick too many books. I think we'll pick around 5 or 6 books. I think that that will be doable because it also then leaves me with a little bit of wiggle room for anything that comes up that I really want to read. So here's my lovely TBR jar. There are over, I think, 120 prompts. We're gonna pick 5 to 6 prompts for the books that I am going to be reading in the month of November. I'm very excited. All right, so let's pick our first prompt. I'm nervous. Like, I'm hoping that it's nothing too insane, but at the same time, I'm hoping it's something that I really want. Okay, so our first prompt is an animal on the cover. I do believe I have a few books. This one has an animal on the cover. Is there any other? This might be the only one that I can physically see that has an animal on the cover. All right, so the only book that I am seeing that has an animal on the cover that I really want to read, and B, sounds good to me as of right now, is The God Killer by Hannah Kaner. This is one that I was very interested in when it came out in the UK, but the cost of getting it from the UK to the US was insane. So I was hoping that it would end up being published in the US, and it was, I believe a month ago. So we do have this one, and it does have an animal on the cover. It has a deer that's wrapped in vines. Premise of this book sounds super interesting to me. So it follows a young woman who her family was killed by gods, and she ends up making a living out of killing these gods. So there we have it, God Killer. So let's move on to our second pick and see what we will pick here. Okay, so our second prompt for November is a book from your wish list. Oh! I didn't think I would ever get this prompt. Oh my gosh. Had my finger covering like the first 4 words, but this prompt is buy a book from your wish list and read it this month. Okay. All right, so we have my phone. We are gonna go to Amazon. There are so many books on my wish list that it's going to be insane, and a lot of them are pre-orders as well, so I have no idea. There's The Bone Ships by R.J. Barker that apparently is absolutely amazing. This is a series that is recommended by the Library of a Viking, and I absolutely love his fantasy recommendation. The Bonesmith is one that I saw Elliot Brooks. She recommended this one and said it was absolutely phenomenal. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Okay. So I've picked a book. It's actually going to be a new release that's coming out in November that I'm very excited about, and it's The Darkness Before Them by Matthew Ward. The way that the synopsis is written, it sounds absolutely amazing. So The Darkness Before Them introduces readers to a dangerous immortal king where souls fuel magic and a supernatural mist known as the Veil threatens to engulf the land. But the main character apparently has a unique gift, and she can speak to those spirits and even command them. So that is the book that we are going to be getting for our pick of buying a book off of my wish list. All right, so let's pick our third prompt. Hopefully it's another really good one. And yes, I did put my hair down. I get headaches. Does anyone else get headaches when they have their hair up or in a claw? Because I get really bad headaches. But anyways, here is, I think, our third prompt. A book that's part of a series. I have so many books that are part of a series that I really need to continue. Foxglove. That one would be a good one. So we have a few options for the prompt, a book that is part of a series. We have the first here, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. This is a continuation of The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Absolutely love that first one. It was amazing. I don't know if I really want to continue it yet though. Then we have The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the Mistborn trilogy. Then we have The Blood of Troy. This is the second book in the Daughter of Sparta trilogy. And then we have one that I think most likely will be the pick, and that is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is the second book to Belladonna. There will be 3 books in this series. Here are our options. However, the one that I'm most interested in and the one that I have been hearing some good things about is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. So we're going to continue that series and read Foxglove. All right, so for our fourth TBR prompt, we have a wild card. Okay, this is really exciting. So I put I think 1 or 2 of these wild cards in my TBR jar so that I'm able to choose any book that I want, that I'm feeling like I want to read. This one, there's one book that has been on my mind that I've been putting off because I've been reading a lot of other books, and that is Bad Blood by Jennifer Barnes. It is the 4th and final book in the Naturals series, and I was so addicted to the first 3 books, and I do want to continue it. Moving on from there, we have our 5th. I don't think it will be our final. I think we will do 6, so let us pick our 5th TBR prompt. So our 5th TBR prompt is a classic. So I already know which one I want to pick because there is one that has been on my radar for quite some time, and that is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I've heard so many wonderful things about this. I've heard it's beautiful, breathtaking, very gothic, very dark, a lot of morally gray characters in it, and I love my morally gray characters. All right, and so for our 6th and final prompt here, we are going to pick whichever one sticks to my hand here. There we go. So for our 6th and final prompt, we are going to read a book that is translated from a different language, and there is another book that stands out to me the most, as long as I can find it in here. So for our 6th and final prompt, we have the translated from a different language, and that would be Heaven's Official Blessing. This is volume 1. There are 8 volumes to this. This book was absolutely massive in its first translated form. I think it was like over 2,000 pages, and then when the English translation took it on, it ended up breaking it into 8 different volumes. This is a Don Meis, this is a version of Boys Love, and I have watched the anime for this, and it is stunning and gorgeous and beautiful, and I do want to pick it up. Alright friends, so here are these 6 books that these 6 prompts chose for me to have as a TBR for the month of November. So let's quickly talk about the prompts and the books that will be going with each of these prompts. So the first prompt that I picked was a book that had an animal on the cover, and I chose Godkiller by Hannah Kaner. As I said, this is a book that was a very big anticipated release of mine last year, but obviously it was only published in the UK first, and now it is in the US. It is quite short, the words aren't too big, so I do see myself maybe flying through this quite fast. Then the second prompt that I got was an absolutely insane one. I didn't think that I'd actually pick it, but it was to buy a book from my wish list and order it, and I ordered The Darkness Before Them by Matthew Ward. I did just order it, and it will be arriving the day that it comes out. And the third prompt for November was a book that is part of a series or a continuation of a series, and I picked Foxglove by Adeline Grace. Then another lucky TBR pick, we had the wild card. So the wild card allowed me to choose any book that was on my TBR, and I picked Bad Blood by Jennifer Barnes. Fifth prompt is to pick a book that is a classic, and I picked up The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is another one that's been on my TBR for quite some time. And then finally, we have my 6th pick of my TBR jar, and that was a book that's been translated from another language, and I picked Heaven's Official Blessing. This has been translated from Chinese. Hopefully, I can read all of these books in the month of November. Once again, I do not do well with adhering to a TBR, but we are going to try as best as we can to follow this TBR. Let me know what you guys are going to be reading in the month of November in the comments below. Also make sure to like this video if you like more videos like this. Maybe I will do this for the month of December. Who knows? We shall see how the month of November goes. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel for new videos. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!